Hi everyone, happy to meet you again. Today we are going to learn topic 1, My Family, My World. By the end of the lesson, pupils should be able to recite the family poem stanza by stanza. Number 2, answer short comprehension questions given by choosing the correct answers provided. Number 3, draw emojis based on their feelings about their family. Number 4, match the dialogues given and role-play a dialogue about family members' activities with a partner based on the indirect questions given. Let's begin our lesson now. First of all, I would like to ask you, what do you understand about what is family first? Everyone will sure have a family. When we talk about family first, it means that family is very important. When we say family first, we must love our family members. We must also forgive our family members, respect our family members, and the most important thing is we must spend more time with our family members. When we learn to love them, when we learn to forgive them, when we learn to respect our family members and spend more time with them, then we can say that family is first in our life. Now let's look at the family poem taken from your textbook, page 12. We shall look at the poem stanza by stanza. Before that, I would like to explain to you what is stanza. Stanza is actually a group of lines in a poem or a song. So if you look at the poem here, like I circle this stanza 1 here, okay, this is stanza 1. So in stanza 1, we have 4 lines, line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. Now let's look at stanza 1. We shall recite this poem. God gave each of us a special family that we can call our own. A family that loves us for who we are, so we would never feel alone. Let's recite this poem again. God gave each of us a special family that we can call our own. A family that loves us for who we are, so we would never feel alone. Now in this stanza 1, it means that God gave each and every one of us a family that we can call our own family, who can love us for who we are, no matter what you do, no matter how bad you are, no matter how stubborn you are, your family members will still love you. That's why in our own family, we will never feel alone, because your father, your mother, your siblings, or anyone in your family members will definitely love you for who you are. Now let's look at stanza 2. So I will circle stanza 2 here, and we shall recite the poem. They may not like everything we do or everything we say, but the beautiful thing about family, okay, let me underline the word family, yeah, is that they love us anyway. Now we shall recite the poem again. They may not like everything we do or everything we say, but the beautiful thing about family is that they love us anyway. Now, like what I have explained in stanza 1, in stanza 2 also says the same thing. Sometimes or most of the time, whatever we do, whatever we say, your family members may not like it. However, being a family, something that is beautiful, something that is special, is that your father, your mother, brother or sister will still love you anyway. They might get angry with you maybe for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or maybe weeks, but they will never be angry with you forever. They will sure forgive and forget. That's why a beautiful thing about family is that they will still love you anyway. Now let's look at stanza 3. This is stanza 3. We shall recite the poem now. Sometimes we feel rejected by people who do not care, but our hearts are warm when remembering that our family is always there. Now we shall recite the poem again. Sometimes we feel rejected by people who do not care, but our hearts are warm when remembering that our family is always there. So in this stanza 3, again we are being reminded that when we are being let down by our friends, by our best friend, or by anyone whom we believe, people sometimes do not care about us. Sometimes friends do not care about us. Friends do not want to listen to us. But when you remember how your family members love you, how your father, mother cares for you, how they love you, your heart will get warm. And you know that you are never alone. You know that you can always come back to your family members. Now let's look at stanza 4. Okay, so this is stanza 4. We shall recite the poem now. So hug them a little more often, for sometimes we hurt the ones we love. And tell them how much you love them, for they were sent to you from above. Now let's recite the poem together. So hug them a little more often, for sometimes we hurt the ones we love. And tell them how much you love them, for they were sent to you from above. Now in this stanza 4, it reminds us that we should always show our love, our care for our family members. You can give your father, your mother, your siblings, your grandpa, your grandma a little hug. Yeah? And when you say something that make them angry, when you say something that make them sad, what you should do is you must learn to say sorry. Yeah? Learn to say sorry. And you must also remember to tell them that you love them. Yeah? I love you, mom. Love you, dad. Just a simple sentence to let them know that you actually love them. Because it is God, God who sent them to you. It's God who gave you a family of your own. So all of us must be thankful for our family members. Now let's look at the questions that we need to answer based on the poem. Question number 1. Based on stanza 1, why do you love your family? You can actually write your own answer. But to make it easier, I provided answers for you to choose. Let's look at the first answer here. I love my family because they love me for who I am. This is A, or B. I love my family because I do what they want. So which answer do you think is the correct one? Do you love your family because they love you for who you are? Or is it B? You love your family because you do what they want? Yes, the answer is A. Yeah, so I will circle the answer A here. I love my family because they love me for who I am. It means that no matter what you have done, whatever wrong thing that you have said, your family members will still love you. Now let's look at question 2. In stanza 2, what makes a family beautiful? Now let's look at the answers given here. Answer A, a family is beautiful when everyone dresses up nicely. Or is it B? A family is beautiful when they still love each other no matter what happens. Now let's think about it. Is it A or B? If you choose A, it means that a family will only be beautiful when everyone dress up nicely, beautiful shirt, beautiful dress, and the family will be beautiful. Or is it B? B, a family is beautiful when they still love each other. No matter what happened, no matter how what a big fight they had before, or no matter how many times they quarrel with each other, somehow they will forgive and forget, and they still love each other. So what makes a family beautiful? Is it A or B? Yes, you're right. The answer is B. Okay, I will circle the answer B here. A family is beautiful when they still love each other no matter what happens. Now let's look at question 3. Family can mend our broken hearts. Is this true? What does it mean, mend our broken hearts? Now, when you feel down, when you feel sad, when you feel lonely, when you feel angry, you can always come back to your family members, sharing your problems, telling them what happened. Is it true? So let's look at the answers given here. A, true, or B, false. Now, I'm sure that most of us have a happy family where our parents, our siblings, our grandparents, our relatives, they care for us. So most of us find that family can mend our broken hearts. So the answer is A, true. So I will circle A here. You can write your own answer in your exercise book. Now let's look at question 4. What should we do if we have hurt the ones we love? Meaning that if you have said something wrong to your parents, your sister, your brother, or anyone in the family, what should you do? And let's look at the answers given here. Is it A? we should learn to say sorry and hug them more? Or is it B, we should just keep quiet and tell them it's not our fault? Okay, there's a typo error here. This should be B, yeah. Okay, I will make a correction here. Okay, so this is B. Okay, so the answer is yes, it's A. We should learn to say sorry and hug them. So I will circle A here. Huh? Now, let's look at the last question. Explain one moral value that you have learned from the poem. Okay, there are so many moral value that we can learn from this poem. Now, let's look at the answers given. A, be loving and caring. We must care for each other. Or B, be forgiving. Don't be angry all the time and forgive others. So, which one should be the answer? Is it A, be loving and caring? Or B, be forgiving? Yeah, some of you might say it's A, some of you might say it's B. Actually, both A and B are correct. So I will circle A and also B. So we have finished answering this question for the poem. And I hope that after answering this question, you will understand the poem method. Now let's talk about how you feel about your family. But let me remind you that your family is special to you. And every one of us have a special family. A family that we can call our own. So we must always try to have a positive feeling for them. So I have provided 4 different emojis here. Now let's look at the first emoji here. I feel love. Okay, I feel love. This is the first one. Then number 2 is I feel happy. Okay, so this is a happy emoji here. Or this is emoji number 3. I feel good. And the emoji number 4, I feel wonderful. So you can actually choose any of the 4 feelings here. You can say I feel loved by my family, or number 2 you can say I feel happy with my family members, or number 3 I feel good about my family, or number 4 I feel wonderful with my family members. And you can also say I feel thankful for my family. Now let's match these indirect questions given with the correct answers. If you still remember, in our previous lesson, we already learned what is indirect question. Indirect question always begin with would you tell me, do you have any idea, could you tell me, or is there any idea or any chance, or do you know why, or do you know what. So this is what we call indirect question. And why do we use indirect question? We use indirect question so that we will sound more polite to the person whom we ask. Now let's look at the first indirect question here. Okay, so this is first one. Okay, number 1. Would you tell me where your father went to school when he was young? So which one is the answer? Is it the first one, my sister went to the hospital to have a surgery? Is this one? Or my grandfather's old house is at Kampong Bukit Berjaya? Or is it this one? Yes, I could help my mother to cook. Or is this one? My father went to sekolah mendengar kebangsaan Bukit Berjaya when he was young? Or is it this answer here? His brother's football game is cancelled because of the rain. So if you look at the first indirect question again, it asks you, would you tell me where your father went to school when he was young? So it was asking about your father. So the answer should be this one. Yeah? So I match this indirect question with this answer. My father went to sekolah mendengar kebangsaan Bukit Berjaya when he was young. Now let's look at the second indirect question. So this is the second one. Do you have any idea where your grandmother's house, grandfather's old house is? Okay, I repeat. Do you have any idea where your grandfather's old house is? So it's asking about your grandfather's old house. So the answer should be this one, just across. Okay, my grandfather's old house is at Kampung Bukit Berjaya. Let's look at the third one. Could you tell me why your sister went to the hospital? Okay, so the answer is up here. Okay. My sister went to hospital to have a surgery. Let's look at the next one, number 4. Okay, number 4, it asks, is there any chance that you could help your mother to cook? So the answer is up here. Yes, I could help my mother to cook. Now let's look at the last indirect question here. Number 5. Okay, do you know why his brother's football game is cancelled? So the answer is just across only. His brother's football game is cancelled because of the rain. So this is the examples of how you ask indirect question and how you reply. Okay, now try to role play a dialogue asking about each other's family members' activities by using the indirect questions given below. You can try to role play this dialogue with your friend. So how are you going to role play this dialogue with your friend, because everyone is at their own home, right? So what you can do is you can call your friend, set a time, and then in your dialogue with your friend on the phone, you can actually ask each other these indirect questions and answer your friend on the spot. Now, let me show you the first indirect question. Okay, so we have student A and student B. Okay, so student A asks, would you tell me what time your father sleeps? Then your partner, student B, will answer, my father sleeps at, okay. This answer can be different from your friend. You can give any answers that you think is right. Okay, you can say my father sleeps at 10:30 p.m. or if your father sleeps very late, then you say my father sleeps very late at night. So this is the first indirect question that you can practice with your partner on the phone. Yeah. Now let's look at the second one. Okay, student A. Is there any chance that you could help your mom to do household chores on weekends? Then student B will answer. If yes, then you say, yes, I help my mom to. Okay, there are many answers that you can give. Sweep the floor, okay, or wash the dishes. There are many other things also. To cook, to bake, yeah. So student B can answer, yes, I help my mom to sweep the floor. Or, yes, I help my mom to wash the dishes. Or, I help my mom to mop the floor. Yes, there are many answers that you can give. Or if you say no, I usually do my homework on weekends. Okay? Or you can say no, I usually do my revision on weekends. So if you have no chance to help your mom to do the household chores on weekends, you have some other things to do like doing your homework or your revision, then you will answer like this. Yeah. No, I usually do my homework or do my revision on weekends. Now let's look at the next one. Okay, now for this question here, student A asks, do you know what your siblings likes to play? So when you talk about siblings here, okay, siblings means your brother or your sister lah, yeah. So student B will answer. You can say my brother or my sister or my younger sister or my younger brother. It's up to you. So my brother, okay, or sister or younger sister, okay, likes. Okay, here should be another S here. There must be another S here. To play indoor games or outdoor games. Okay. Now, student B can answer. My brother likes to play. The like, Likes, likes, one person. So we must put S to the like here. Okay, likes to play. If you don't want to say indoor games, you can say likes to play badminton, likes to play computer game, likes to, play ping pong, or likes to play video game. So it's up to you. Now let's look at the next one. Student A asks, could you tell me what your mother likes to do during her free time? Okay. So student B will answer, my mother likes to, okay, maybe you can give answer like likes to watch TV, or my mother likes to do gardening. Okay, there are many other answers that you can give. Now let's look at the last question. In this last question, student A asks, do you have any idea what your sibling likes to eat? Okay, so student B will answer, my brother, or maybe you say my sister, or maybe you say my younger sister or my younger brother likes to eat, okay, or pizza, fried rice, hamburger, or anything, any food that they like to eat. There are many answers here. So you can start practicing this set of indirect questions with your partner through the phone. Okay, that's all for now. Till we meet again, stay safe and stay home. Bye.